rolling now. And I'm gonna be doing some content on these glasses too. So this is.
Oh, your glasses record too?
Yeah,
it's hard. Okay.
Man. This is like, I mean, this is like a full circle moment because I used to cut hair right here and look at this door. I looked at this door. My first ever cutting hair barbering experience was cutting hair right here in this corner, man. This is like such a divine time in life to come full circle.
That's what's up. Now y'all are hearing, and we are tapped in with Troy, CEO, Country Boy Entertainment, DJ Fannypack, content creator. Troy, who used to cut your hair in the barbershop here in Radcliffe, moving around, the entrepreneur, the hustler. What's been going on, Troy, man?
Man, I'm living life. You know, like there's, you pray about getting to a space in life, and then I'm there. You know, like the things that I prayed for, like, God, man, you just give me this moment in time in life. I'll be a good servant and pray and give him the glory. And ever since I've done that, man, I've been doing everything I want. Anything I want, man, I can do whatever I want. It's wow.
That's what's up right there, man. That's good to hear. Now, you have been this year, this year was started last year too? Or did you start this road mixtapes this year?
The road trip mixtape, I mean, I started it this year because fourth quarter, because me and my family business, we run it in quarters, like, you know, first and second quarter, or first quarter and the fourth quarter, we kind of chill. Fourth quarter, we relax, get into the holidays, do things the holidays. I don't make as much content. First quarter, I try to do the same thing, but I end up want to relax. But music just be calling me, man. I got to make content, man. And the music just calls me. So I was like, the first mixtape I got, I found a beat. And then I was just going through and I was getting people like Nasarima, Chris Hudson from Louisville, a hip hop artist, and Hurrah Season, and Phoenix Six he's in LA now, but he's out of Cincinnati. So I was just grabbing people, artists about anytime, like I'm a collector. I'm a music collector, like a lot of hip hop heads. Like I'm a collector. Somebody gives me a demo, I keep it. Someone gives me a mixtape, I keep it and I put it in an archive of stuff because you never know. Because whenever you archive your music and you put it into your catalog and you get into your BPMs, you might see something like tonight. When I was mixing, I found the OG original master version of Suburban Girl with Vernia, O-Dog, who probably doesn't even know this song still exists. And I got to put it on, and then I got to put it with the Jelly Roll verse that Jelly Roll made from Suburban Girl. Just that fast, because I thought I was just going to roll into the mine and Vernia verse, but this was the OG one that we recorded in 2010 in Covington, Kentucky, man. So I started doing the road trip mixtapes, and then they just keep taking a form of their own. I wish, this is a request too, man, people from Western Kentucky area, my reach only goes as far as Bowling Green, but it's all the people on the other side of Western Kentucky. If you can send me some music to Don't Forget Your Fannypack at gmail.com, I'd greatly appreciate it, and I will put it in a mix. I'll put it in a mix, I promise.
That's what's up. So the road trip mixtape, you're going around, you have music of your own, you have other music from artists that are here locally, and you're kind of like spinning their music, you're mixing it, and you're just paying homage to the local artists here in the state of Kentucky. Some of them have went on to do great things. Some of them are still here locally, making a career out of themselves and so on and so forth. But how has that been going for you? Where have you done the last 6 of these at? So are you going around to different locations and just tapping in with people, or how does it work?
Well, like the actual recording of them, it's like I said, I just take music from people from all over, and this is music that I've had archived from 1997 and 98. When Woo John and I first started making beats in the back of the barbershop, I got beats from that on there. And I messaged him the other day. I was like, Woo, man, we made this beat in 98. He said, and it's still fire. I was like, I know, man, it's crazy. And now we're able to take the beats that we made in 98 and put them with Cam Dollaz verses that he made in 2015. You know, and then all mixes together, and I'll take a Cam Dollaz verse, and I'll take a Hurrah Season verse and put it, because Hurrah Season's Hating beat, I use that one. And Nasarima, I use it. I mean, and get the mix in with, there's Attic Boys up there in Northern Kentucky. I've been able to get their music. So it's just like a mosh posh of all kinds of music. And I don't think I'll ever run out, because there's so much underground music in Kentucky that's been slept on over the years. I was talking to Beezy yesterday, 2 days ago. And I said, and me and Beezy were going back and forth about Big C. Big C, Sierra, the rapper, from the white girl from Trailer Park, Eastern Kentucky.
Okay, yeah, I follow her.
Watch her
she
glow
be spitting. Yeah, she be spitting.
And she trashy. She trashy. She owns it. She owns that trashiness. But me and Beezy were talking about how she's about to make it. They're cleaning her up. They're about to put her on that country swang thing. And I'm happy for Kentucky, because one thing about it, I promote Kentucky people all the way through. You got a lot of people talk about how, I'm going to say this on these cameras too, because I want to say it on my whole goddamn chest. You got a lot of people talk about how they promote Kentucky, but you stop. It's top of the South. Where you got your, I started this motherfucking gangsta shit down here, dog. I swear on my life I did. Ain't nobody do it down here before me. And I feel like I get the respect. I do get the respect. But don't forget about the top of the South up there when y'all are giving out awards, when y'all are talking about who's hot in the city. Because I'll go bar for bar with y'all all day long with the people just from Northern Kentucky. There's a lot of talent up there. So as a Kentucky as a whole, that's why I'm trying to reach out to Western Kentucky and Eastern Kentucky. I know I got some people from Richmond and that area. But the part of that is Slick's area, the Mayfield, the Henderson. I know we got bar spitters there. Don't forget your Fannypack at gmail.com. Give me that hot music. I talked to Woo 3 years ago when I first got sober. And I was like, Woo, man, we need to put together a mixtape of nothing but Kentucky artists. And he's like, no. But I guarantee you now, because Slick just did, Slug, DJ Slug just did one and sent it to Chevy Revis. Mm-hmm. Revis is on the Road Trip mixtape.
Is that the one that he just released with the cassette tape?
That's Slugs. That's DJ Slugs.
Yeah.
But he sent it to Chevy Revis.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm saying 1998 to 1999, Chevy Revis and I and Grip and Loke and MJ were all in the studio together, and I got music from Chevy Revis called Mississippi Boys, and me and him got a song called Country Boys, and we got a song called We Don't Love Them Hoes. Me and Chevy Revis, we got this song, People Don't Dance No More, All They Do Is This. That Gaily Mob song?
Yeah.
People Don't Dance No More, All They Do Is This.
Yeah.
Me and Chevy's song goes, We don't love them hoes, all they do is bitch. All they do is dick. No, we don't love them hoes. All they want is dick. All they want is dick. That's me and Chevy song from back in the day, back in the 90s, when we were going to the NCO club and just tripping, dog. It was some good stuff, man. So shouts out to Chevy Revis out there in Atlanta doing his thing. Music Taylor.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, moving around with Maddie B. They always on the hustle and bustle. Shout out to Maddie B.
Shout out to Maddie B. I haven't met her yet. I want to meet her.
Yeah, man. Maddie B's definitely a dope artist, man. Dope writer, everything, man. Shout out to Maddie B. Shout out to Chevy. Shout out to Twin too, man. You know he's still running with Chevy them too. But yeah, so you said you played a song and it was the original song and it featured Vernia and it featured Jelly Roll.
Yes.
So talk about this track with Jelly Roll. This is something that you worked with Jelly Roll with back in the day, or how did that come about? Because Jelly Roll, you know, we do know Jelly Roll from back in the day, but he's a totally different artist on a totally different playing field now. After he went through everything that he went through. So talk about getting that track, working with Jelly Roll, and that relationship that you had.
Well, it was 2010. I was just coming out of the corporate world and I was getting back in the music industry. And from leaving the music industry, everybody was wanting to know what I was going to do next. My main vein, heart, Beat a Mills, played me this track. Suburban Girl, he made while he was in Louisiana or something like that. Vernia spit on it. The other dude, I can't remember his name, is O-Dog or OG or something. He didn't like me. I didn't like him. It was one of those things that our pedigrees didn't mix.
Yeah.
When we got in the same room together, it was like, no, me and him we don't vibe. So it didn't work out. They didn't like my promoting style, so whatever. But in the meantime, I had connections in Memphis with Little White and this other dude, named Party, who was here nor there. But Jelly Roll was selling features for $300 a piece in 2010. So we Western Union Jelly Roll the money and the beat. He shot me back all the stuff, all the paperwork. Everything was good. And I brought the beat to Vernia. And Vernia made the song. me and my business partner, shout out to Jansen Wade out there. In Jansen Wade, you a strong man. So we financed to pay the $300, got Jelly Roll's verse. Then when Jelly Roll blew up, I sat on his songs from 2010 because me and the old dude didn't get along. And I said, I'm not going to put something behind somebody that I know is going to be a failure. Why was I going to try to work with somebody who I know is going to be a headache on the road? Me and him, we just did not get along. I mean, we would have fought. We would have had to fight, to even, I'm not trying to fight nobody like that. Not when I'm trying to push their music. I'm trying to promote them and push their music. And so I shelved the record for 15 years. 15 years I shelved that bitch. 2022 comes along. And I call Vernia and I call Beta. Beta's like, go, take it. You own the song anyway, because I own the track. I paid Jelly Roll for the track. You recorded in my studio on my equipment. I own it's masters. I own the master, so I can do whatever the fuck I want to this. I'm sorry about the cuss words, but you know what I'm saying? I can do whatever I want with the music. So I remix it. I send it to Vernia. Vernia says, I don't like it, T. I don't like the way it sounds in my car. I was heartbroken, man, because I thought me and Vernia were finally going to be able to patch up our beefs that we had back in the day, because me and Vernia always had rap beef back in the day. I thought we were going to be able to patch that shit up and push a record, because I do believe Vernia is one of the most talented artists in Kentucky, and he sits on his hands, and I don't like when he sits on his hands. So what happened is then I released the record, and we were supposed to have a promo tour when Jelly Roll was coming through Newport to release the record, and I was doing all this TikTok promo, and we were supposed to have momentum, but Vernia didn't want to do the record. Jelly Roll, I didn't want to put the money that it would take to get the after party to Jelly Roll to come do the record. While he was on tour, he was in Newport. All I had to do was pay the money, but I wasn't going to try to do that when Vernia wasn't on it, so the record just stalled again. So I just use it but I did release it anyway. I released it with Vernia, Jelly Roll, and myself. It's streaming right now, Suburban Girl. Probably got about 15, 20,000 spins. Maybe, no. Probably about 50,000 spins on that particular one. The Jelly Roll verse all by himself, that's probably got about 40, 50,000 spins. And then the radio version with me and Jelly Roll, that's how that all happened. I didn't take nobody's music. It was mine in the first place because I worked the record as a producer. But, people don't understand the music industry. And now me and Vernia, we're tight. We had a beef last year where we battle rapped against each other. He did a song. He said, I eat boogers. I was scared too, Willie, man. I ain't gonna lie. Because Vernia's got bars. His pen game is impeccable.
Yeah, Vernia got bars for sure.
So I mean, I was nervous when I plucked that out, because I was mad at Vernia because he makes music once a year. I'm like, come on, Vernia, you're too good not to make music. So I picked at him. I was like, and then he fired at me. And when he fired and I heard that beat, boom, I was like, oh, I'm in trouble now. And he says, you eat your boogers, don't you? I said, oh, this nigga talking about the boogers? You supposed to murder me, dog. You were supposed to take my head off. I gave you that opportunity to take my head off, and you didn't. That's when I came back. I don't know if anybody ever heard the song Nathan Booker. I made a song back to him. I said, the only boogers that I'm eating is you. I called him Nathan Booker. I turned around. I called him Nathan Bookman from the Good Times. I called Vernia. I said, and then I told him, I said in the rap, I said, I show up to your wedding and kiss your wife in the mouth. I'm Big Red. I said, the only time I ever eat a booger, if the booger is you. And that's the whole hook. And that song was hard. I went hard on Vernia on that song. Harder than I ever went on anybody. What I said to him, I said, in the video in the background, I had the office from Big Red. I said, my office hours, and I had somebody hanging out the window in the video. And I said, yeah, I took your royalties, I took your publishing too, because I'm a boss ass nigga, and that's what boss ass niggas do. And if I wasn't a boss ass nigga, I'd be mad at me too, because I make more money off of your music than you. There's some bars I put on him. I was like, damn. But I mean, and it's true. It's true. I make on Suburban Girl. I mean, it ain't a lot of money. 50,000 spends was that like $5? You know, I spent way more money on making the track and putting the track out and promoting the track than we've ever made. But I'm just saying, it's still more than you made. No, I'm real. Oh shit. But on Bernays, man, I've heard his new music, the Louisville song, fire. The other track, fire. Yeah. I was so proud whenever I heard. I was coming home from Louisville. I was coming home from South Carolina, and I heard, and it just popped on my Spotify. And it was like, home is where I belong. And it was right when I was coming through Kentucky. Mm-hmm. And I was like, honey, this my arch rival, Vernays. This shit's fire. Right when we were coming into Kentucky home, right under the home thing, we were pushing off into the rest area. It's dope, man. Shout out to Vernays, man. You know I love you, dog. And anytime you want to battle, man, you know I'm here. Especially after that weak performance you gave me last time, nigga. I deserve better. I deserve better, man.
Finna spark another one.
Hey, I'm here for it though. I deserve one. Cause that one, but it's unfair to battle me, Willie. It is. It's unfair because it's not just lyrics. It's DJing. It's content. I don't stop where you gotta stop. I won't stop. So if you battle me, you know you better pack a lunch, a dinner.
Lace up your tennis, lace up the running shoes, huh?
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna stop.
You going for a long run.
Yes, sir.
So what you just did today, this is episode 7.
7, yeah.
Of the Road Trip Mixtape. What's the overall goal for the Road Trip Mixtape, and where's the next stop?
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going wherever I can go and take it with me, because I was in prayer, and I've said this a long time ago. I was in prayer and I was praying to God. It's like, because I'm not bored, but my kids are grown to the point to where they don't need dad like they needed dad before. It's like a memo or this or that. So I've got a lot of time to create content. And as a creator, it just oozes out of me. I use this analogy often that, I was one of those kids who my parents gave me a coloring book when I was a kid, and I fill out the coloring book and I take it back to them and they say, that is so good. Positive affirmations. Same things we do to our children, you know what I'm saying? I was a product of that and it was stuck with me. So the creativity just comes out of me, and I like to, foster that in a positive way. So when I was praying, I was like, God, what can I do for the culture in Kentucky? Because I love Kentucky and I love our culture. And it came to me. That's whenever the thing started coming to me, because I got all this music. So why not? Why not just do my thing and however God I use? Like I said, I don't even know why I'm doing this, because Willie, I don't want to. It's hard work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
To make the tape, to get in the mix, and then go through, sync the mix, edit the mix down to where you want to, because you don't want none of your partners sounding bad. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure it's on beat on every partner, because I ain't putting out no music that none of my friends or none of my peers or constituents can say, man, that shit sounded bad. I was off beat. I was on 3 whenever I should have been on the 2, or I was off key. So I go and I chop it all up so it takes a little bit of time, and then the releasing of it, and then as a content creator, finding out the release schedule. So, it could be the last one. 7 could be the last one. I'm hoping 7's the last one. But, I move how the Spirit tells me to move.
That's what's up, man. Now, after you record them, you do all your editing and you chop it up. Where do you post it, and where can people go check everything out so they can peep the movement and see what you got going on?
First and foremost, you can get all my content at Patreon. I'm a Patreon user, been a Patreon user for 5 years. I mean, I've got about 100 subscribers that subscribe, and you get haircut. I mean, it's this good movement. You can see all my content uncensored. It's edited, but it's not censored. Like, there's some people that don't like cussing in their content, and I get it. So I'm trying my best to move in the spirit and not cuss. But I'm just gonna only be myself. But if you go to patreon.com /AshTerrace-Horton, and it'll be scrolling down at the bottom, you can go there. Or all the Road Trip mixtapes are on SoundCloud right now. You can go to SoundCloud and listen to 1 through 6. I put them on TikTok. But those are the 2 main spaces that you can find the Road Trip mixtape. And it's honestly for my Patreon supporters. Because I make a weekly mixtape for my Patreon supporters. So if you sign up for Patreon, you'll get a weekly mixtape. 1 week might be house, 1 week might be disco, 1 week might be country, 1 week might be hip hop. And then you can even message me and say, hey man, I'm feeling some old school hip hop, but make it censored. No, and put some Bone Thugs in there. I'll be like, all right, cool, man. That's how that how the mixtape thing goes. So it's just like a weekly mixtape that I make.
Now, you are on social media. You mentioned your Instagram. You mentioned TikTok. Where can people go find you on these platforms as well?
Terrace Horton, TarrisHorton on all social media platforms. I got a blue check on the Facebook and Meta for professional payout purposes only. I don't think I'm nothing. It's just easier to get your payouts if you got a blue check, and it's easier to get your customer service. If you got a blue check, I can call up and say, Zuckerberg, it's my song that you just flagged me on. It's my track. You know what I'm saying? Well, like if you're a content creator and you put out content and it flags someone's song ID. Shouts out to John Woo. Also, last conversation him and I had, he said, T, I see your podcast everywhere, but you're messing up. And I'm like, me and Woo, we got this. He thinks he knows everything, and I think I know everything type thing. And he was like, you should be using your own music in all your podcasts for the song ID content because you're going to click so you can get more publishing so you're triple dip. I was like, you're right, sir. I said, you're right, John. I said, you're right. You're right. All I can say is, okay. Because that's the type of relationship that we have. And I appreciate that type of relationship they have. So shout out to John Woo.
That's what's up. So everybody, you can find the Road Trip Mixtape at Terrace Horton on everything. He's on Instagram, he's on TikTok. I think you're on Facebook too. Facebook everywhere.
TikTok,
YouTube. So make sure y'all go tap in, see what you got going on. And if you're in the Western Kentucky area, preferably DJ Slick, send some of those tracks over.
Slick,
you know what I mean?
So he
can, so Troy can come through, mix some more of those tracks, and let's make something happen.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your space. This is amazing. Like I said, it's a full circle moment to be able to be. I'm telling you, for anybody who believes in manifesting things into fruition. I didn't even know I was coming to the very first place I ever cut hair licensed. Right here. My license was posted right there, right here. And now we're here in a creative space to further push the culture. Because when I first came here, this was a only white barbershop, and I was the first black barber in E-Town. Now MJ, who I cut MJ's hair ever since he was 13 years old. His dad put him with me. This is all full circle about how all this comes together for the culture, and I want to keep pushing Kentucky further. So anything we can do, appreciate your space.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what it is. Troy, appreciate you coming through, giving us that dope mix. We got a lot of dope things, a lot of dope music that you spun from, like you said, MJ, yourself, Jelly Roll, Grip, Lope. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Cam Dollaz too. You know what I'm saying?
Who else? There was one more guy.
Vernia on there too. You know what I'm saying?
Vernia.
So, hey man, appreciate you coming through and appreciate everything that you do for the culture and helping continue to push the culture forward, man. Because a lot of people like to put this whole stipulations and age range on hip hop, and that's a crazy thing. So, for us to still be out here, for you to still be out here doing your thing, man, we just gotta salute you and appreciate you for still holding artists down.
I appreciate you too, man.
Man, no doubt about it. Make sure y'all go in. Y'all make sure y'all go out there, y'all tap in and check everything out. Terrace Horton, Pimp City, you know what it is.
Yeah.
And we out.
Forget your fanny pack.